What's up guys, my name is Stoody and I'd like to welcome you all back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing what I think Richmond's best 22 will be at the start of round 1. So this is based off of who I think will be playing in round 1. There is obviously a few injuries. So the AFL season is quickly approaching. We're less than a month away I think. So pretty exciting stuff. Can't wait for the season to start. Trying my best to make some more AFL videos now. However, not many ideas have been popping into my head on AFL videos to make. However, I've got an idea right now. And to be fair, this is a video I make pretty much every year anyway. So, should have been an easy thought for me, but here we are making this video. So I'm going to go through the players who are injured, that are on the injury list currently. There are some that are expected to play round 1, but there are some that are not expected. So I'll give you the 3 players who are out of this side due to the fact that, according to the injury reports, they're not expected to play in round 1, and 2 of them would definitely be in the side if they weren't injured. So out of the side is Josh Gibcus, Tom Lynch and Caleb Smith. So Josh Gibcus is expected to come back around round 5 according to the injury report, and for Tom Lynch it's round 2. So he's, I guess, still a chance to play in round 1, but he's not actually expected to play. So I have ruled Tom Lynch out of this team. Obviously he would definitely be in the team had he have not gotten injured. So there's other players, they're expected to play in round 1, but obviously it's not 100% guaranteed. So I'm going to go through those players right now. So players that are probable to play are Liam Baker, Jason Castagna and Ivan Soldo. Only one of those 3 players have actually made the team anyway. And the players that are injured right now but are probable is Jack Graham. He's the only one that's probable. He should be playing because they think he should recover in 2 weeks' time, which is obviously before the season starts. So he is probable to be in the round 1 side. So I'm going to go through every single line. I'm going to go through every player and then I'm going to explain reasons and everything like that as to why I selected that particular player for that position. Obviously this probably won't be what the round 1 lineup is. Obviously Richmond will have other ideas. Maybe certain players have done their preseason training a lot better than others and might get a spot in the side that I don't 100% expect, but going off of past performances, I guess this is what I think the side most likely will look like. So full back line, we have Dylan Grimes, Robbie Tarrant and Nick Vlosten. So Dylan Grimes is one of our co-captains, so he'll be playing, of course. One of the better defenders in the league. He rarely loses a one-on-one. He's just a gun. Ever since Alex Rance retired, he's really stepped up. Obviously it's been years now since Rance has retired, but you know, he's probably one of the better defenders in the league. Robbie Tarrant, now he is older, he's 33 years old. He did have a pretty slow start last season, but he did come home strong. So it is questionable whether he'll be able to keep up with the pace of the game, considering he's older. I'm sure he'll have his bad moments, but he'll also have his good moments as well, since he has had a pretty good career. Nick Vlosten, another gun. We all know what he's going to deliver. He's just been so consistently good throughout his career. So obviously he's a lock for the backline spot there. Moving on to the half back line now, we have Daniel Rioli, Noah Bolter and Jaden Short. Daniel Rioli, he moved into the back line a couple of years ago now, and last year he was unbelievably good. He was in the All-Australian squad. His career was like going downhill pretty quickly, and then with the positional change in the VFL, he managed to get back into the AFL and has really been thriving ever since. Because we all know he can go forward, kick goals, he still does that even as a halfback flanker. He's an attacking halfback flanker. He can get a ton of the ball and also kick a couple of goals from the back line. So he's a very valuable player for us now. Noah Bolter, a guy who's pretty versatile. He can go and play forward as well, but his best position is obviously the back line. He's got a really long kick of the footy, also super athletic. He's going to go on to have a really long, successful career for us, that's for sure. And then Jaden Short, he got moved into the midfield last year And to be honest, hopefully he goes back to the back line and to his old role, because I think he's a lot better suited for that. I know the first game he went into the midfield, he dominated, but after that, he just wasn't the same. So hopefully Dimmer puts him back in the back line, especially considering we've brought in Taranto and Hopper, so surely we're not going to need him in the midfield anymore. Moving on to the centre line now, we have Marley and Pickett, Dion Prestia and Camden McIntosh. Now, the two wingmen, Pickett and McIntosh, both pretty good wingmen, pretty decent role players for us. So Pickett, he's had a career best season last year. I was someone who kind of was expecting him to be delisted or at least dropped. For some reason, Dimmer really loved him, even though he was underperforming. Plus, for every one brilliant thing he did, he was doing 3 or 4 really dumb things. But last year, he really stepped up and probably was our best player for the first half of the season. He was really good. So, yeah, he's definitely made amends. And for Camden McIntosh, obviously good wingman, and he's also a dead eye in front of goals when he's having a shot, a super accurate set shot on goal. Dion Prestia as well. What is there to say about him? He's obviously, whenever he's out on the park, he's really valuable for us. He's our best clearance player. Well, he was. We do have 2 new midfielders now, which should help with that. But he was our best clearance player, super valuable. You know, we struggled when he wasn't on the park. Moving on to the half forward line now, I have Shea Bolton, Ben Miller, and Noah Cumberland. Shea Bolton, obviously absolute superstar. Wouldn't be surprised if he wins the Brownlow medal one day. The bloke's a gun. He is able to do magical things, take speckies, kick magical goals. He's a guy, he's a mid forward. He definitely can play in the midfield and can kick a lot of goals. The only problem is his set shot accuracy. He has games where he could have kicked 6 or 7 had he been accurate. That's the main thing he does need to work on, but as he gets older and develops, he's going to be really good, especially in the next few years. Noah Cumberland really burst onto the scene last year. He did his ACL, I think, like a couple of years ago. You know, the year he got drafted or whatever. But last year, we needed someone. He comes in. He has a 5-goal game against Brisbane, I believe. He's just been really good for us. So I think he's in the best 22 again in the forward line. And Ben Miller, what a revelation. He's been, you know, he made his debut in the last round of 2021. Nothing really special. We drafted him as a defender. And then this year, he's been playing everywhere. He's shown he's been able to play up forward as well. And because he's, you know, like 196, 197 centimeters, something like that, he's really tall. He's able to help Toby Nankervis in the ruck. So I'm hoping Richmond turn him into a forward, because we definitely need him, because you'd think this year is going to be Jack Riewoldz's last year. So hopefully he's able to help Tom Lynch after that for a couple of years before we find another decent key forward, whether we develop one or trade one in. I think that's Richmond's intentions, is to trade in or get a good key forward from free agency. That's what they seem to be doing. Now we're going to go to the full forward line. I have Maurice Rioli, Jack Riewoldt, and Dustin Martin. So Maurice Rioli, super quick. He puts insane pressure on the opposition, which is something we've been needing the past couple of years. Super good at that. He's just super dangerous as well. He's a guy who can definitely become the best out of all the Riolis. He's definitely got the potential. He's only like 20 or something like that. Super young still, maybe 19. Very young, so got plenty of years left. So I definitely think he should be playing. He was in and out of the team last year, which was bloody frustrating. I didn't understand why Dimmer was doing that, but he should be playing. You know, the bloke's an absolute gun. A future star for Richmond. So you've got Jack Riewoldt. Obviously, not much to say about him. He's kicked over 700 goals in his career, won 3 common medals. He's obviously pretty old now. He's like 34, I think. And we're expecting this to be his last season. He did sign a 1-year contract last year. So hopefully he's able to still play at a pretty high level. Kick 50 or so goals if possible. That'd be really good. I think Tom Lynch will be our main goal kicker though, for the next couple of years at least. And then we've got the GOAT, Dustin Martin. I heard he's going to be playing mostly forward. Obviously, he's still going to rotate in the midfield and all that. But I think as he's gotten older, he's going to be playing a lot more in the forward line. I heard he's been having a really good preseason as well. So hopefully no injury issues or personal issues this year for Dustin Martin. If he plays mostly forward, the guy can kick 5-6 goals sometimes. He's super good one-on-one, super dangerous in the forward line. So yeah, our forward line is really good this year. Going to give the opposition a lot of headaches. Just so many dangerous players down there. So followers, we have Toby Nankervis, Tim Taranto, and Jacob Hopper. Co-captain Toby Nankervis, obviously pretty good ruckman. He's not the best ruckman, but he's super good around the ground and super tough, super good leader as well. A very valuable player. Tim Taranto is our newer recruit, and he's only playing pure midfield, and he's around 24, 25 or something like that. He's a high draft pick. He's shown a lot of potential, and I think at Richmond, him playing at the MCG for a big club, he's going to really shine. And I wouldn't be surprised if he turns into a star, maybe even a superstar at Richmond. We really needed some decent midfielders coming into this season. We've got one in Tim Taranto. He's going to really help us out big time. He's going to change everything. And Jacob Hopper, from the same team, pretty much the same. He's good inside midfielder. He will help us get some clearances as well. And he could easily become a really good player for us as well. Now going on to the interchange bench, and the interchange bench is pretty strong as well. We have Liam Baker, Nathan Broad, Trent Cotchin, and Jack Graham. So former captain on the bench. That's how deep this team is this year. So Liam Baker, he's under an injury cloud, but he's predicted to play in round 1. So he's only on the bench because we've got bloody Daniel Rioli and Jaden Short in the team. So yeah, he should be playing defense. He's as tough as nails, that bloke. It's hard to fit everyone in this team. So yeah, but Baker, he has to be in the best 22 for certain. Nathan Broad's another one. He can play tall, he can play small, can play medium in defense. You know, it's hard to find players like that. Super versatile. You know, you just can't not have him in the team. He's just pretty valuable. Then Trent Cotchin, obviously he's older now, so he has regressed quite a bit, but heaps of experience. He's tough. And older players every now and then can wind back the clock as well. So expect him to have some games where he's on fire. I heard he had a really good match simulation or something like that, scratch match for Richmond. So that's a really good sign as well. And also he finished the season really strongly last year. So that's what earned him another year at Richmond. And then we've got Jack Graham, who's just a tackling machine. So I couldn't fit him in the team either. So a lot of pressure is off him with the inclusions of Hopper and Taranto. So now we're going to move on to the substitute. Now obviously there's a tactical substitute this year. So I've picked Jack Ross because I've heard he's been training the house down. It was out of him and Hugo Rouse-Smith. Hugo Rouse-Smith is so stiff to miss out on the team entirely. But I've got Jack Ross basically because of what I've heard. I reckon Dimmer will pick him over Rouse-Smith for sure, if he is training as well as I'm hearing. Emergencies, I have Ivan Soldo, Hugo Rouse-Smith, and Riley Sonsi. Obviously Riley Sonsi, when he was playing last year, he looked really good. And I'm expecting him to have a pretty good future at the Tigers. Rouse-Smith, the guy can play. Like, it's really stiff that he's not in the best 22. Like, he probably makes the best 22 in any other team pretty much in the league. In Ivan Soldo, obviously there's a chance he might be picked over Ben Miller. Hopefully not, because I think I'd prefer Ben Miller over Soldo because Ben Miller is a lot more versatile. Soldo is obviously a ruckman. That's pretty much it. Decent ruckman, but that's pretty much what he does. So I feel like Soldo would be an injury replacement if mainly Nankervis gets injured, or maybe if Millie gets injured. Alright, so that's my team for who I think will be playing in round 1. So obviously my team for 100% best 22, fully healthy team, is a little bit different. I would bring in Gibcus for Tarrant. if Gibcus was available. So Tarrant out, Gibcus in at full back. Then obviously Tom Lynch comes in. So the player who gets dropped, it's probably Ross that gets dropped, and then Cumberland probably moves on to either the bench or as the sub. Yeah, I'd probably have him as the sub. So Tom Lynch comes on and Cumberland as the sub, and Ben Miller probably a guy who comes off as the sub, assuming we don't get an injury during a game. But yeah, I think Ben Miller's got to be playing unless he's in some bad form or something like that. If he's playing decently, he's got to be playing. We've got to develop him as quickly as we can. And I did hear that we do plan on resting players throughout the year. So every 4 or so weeks, Trent Cotchin will probably get a rest. Jack Real will probably get a rest every 4 or so weeks as well. Tom Lynch maybe might get a rest as well because of his injury history. And it's probably the same as Dion Prestia. He'll get a rest every now and then. And that'll open the door for a younger player to come in, play a game, get a bit of experience and all that. Say if we're resting one veteran every week, there could be someone that is in the team almost every week for that reason. So yeah, I'm excited for this season, and looking at this team, we should at least make a preliminary final. I think anything less is a definite fail for us this year, but this is definitely a team that can win the flag, so hopefully we can win the flag this year. I'm definitely going to predict us to win the flag because obviously it's my team and we're definitely a big chance. So even if we get injuries, we have a little bit more depth now, so we should still continue to perform even with a few injuries, whereas the last couple of years, when we get injuries, we really struggle. So if we're able to have a pretty healthy season, we should finish top 4. We definitely should. We're in definitely the best top 4 teams in the league right now, the way I see it. So yeah, that's it for this video. Tell me in the comment section if you agree or disagree with anything. Is there someone who you think I shouldn't have in the team? Is there someone who should be in the team? Just let me know in the comment section down below. So don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and be sure to click the thumbs up button and leave a like on this video. Also be sure to join my Discord server. It is called Australian Sports Community. Link to that is in the description. Also be sure to follow my other social media accounts. I have Instagram, I have Twitter, and I also have TikTok. The username for all of those is StoodyYT, and links to all of those will also be in the description. I hope you've had a good day, and I'll see you all in the next video.